Okay, so in this video, I'm going to do a complete review over the Xebex assault bike right here. So I've been using this for about a few months now. So I haven't been using it for too long. There hasn't been much wrong with it though. I haven't really found too many flaws with it, but I'll kind of go over a couple of them just in case. There's kind of personal preferences and those things. So let's look at just kind of the outside of it, and then I'll take you through the monitor and also the bike or the seat and those things. But from the outside, it has two handles that move back and forth. So you'll just move. You can be able to move them back and forth this way. It has pegs right here. So if you need to rest your feet at some point during a workout or anything like that, you can use the pegs right there. The pedals right there, and then there's seat, and then it also has wheels to move it. So if you need to move it into different spots, it's easy. All you have to do is just lift it up, and then it rolls pretty easily. Thing is probably pushing it back. Doesn't roll as easy that way, but there's not really that big of a deal for it. So for the external stuff as well, the fan right here, this is where your resistance comes from. It's made of steel for these outside, and then also the fan is made of steel. Everything's bolted in. It doesn't take too long to put together, maybe about 40-45 minutes, depending on how, how educated you are with putting these together. That would probably be about how long it takes. But this is kind of the outside of it. You can adjust different things, so like the seat height right here, this knob turns, and then once you turn it enough, you can then pull it out, and it adjusts up and down. And then you'll just turn the knob back in order to make it secure. So that kind of adjusts, and then I'll kind of take you through the monitor and the seat. So let me take you through that right now. Okay, so we're at the seat part right now. So a couple of things, like I said, right here, you can adjust the seat height. It has different spots where you can adjust them that way. You can also adjust how close you get to the assault bike. So if you move this around, you can move it forward and backwards. So depending on how much you need, that way you can use that to move the seat actually forward and backwards. And then the seat, it's not really, it's not a big seat or anything like that. It's made kind of a little bit tougher foam, but it's pretty comfortable to me. Some other people might not think it's too comfortable, but feels fine for my personal preferences. So that's kind of the seat. Like I said, everything is made of steel. So as you can see, this is made of steel along with the fan inside. I don't know if you can see it from there, but then you have the pegs, and then these handles move back and forth. So as you can see that, it moves back and forth that way. And then now let me take you through the monitor. So, get on. Okay, so the monitor right here, a few different things. You can press start, and it automatically starts going. You can start by, you'll notice that you can see the speed you're going right here, along with distance that you're traveling, time, watts would be right here, and then also calories. The calories is not completely accurate, but I'm gonna get it going, and you can kind of see that. So different numbers there. Calories not completely accurate, so I wouldn't base your calories on this. But you can also get a heart rate monitor attached for this. It's an accessory item that you have to get on your own, but you can also attach a heart rate monitor to it. There's different things, so you have programs right here, and then, so if we click on programs, so stop. So this is where you'll see the numbers for intervals. So if you want to do 6, 7, 8 intervals, any type of interval, or however many intervals you want to do, you can go up and down. You'll press enter, and then you can have, so this is the time that you'll work for that interval. So you'll work for 16 seconds. Again, you can adjust that however long you want to work. So 20 seconds right there. You'll press enter, and then this is your resting intervals. So if you want to do like a Tabata workout where you go for 20 seconds and you rest for 10 seconds, you can adjust that right there. As soon as you press enter, you'll then press enter again, or you'll press start, and it'll count you down, and then it'll start you through the workout. So you'll see that the interval time is going right there. That's your time as well. And then from there, you'll see this is interval 1. Once this 20 seconds is up, it'll then count down your rest. So in 5 seconds, it'll start counting down your rest, and then it'll switch to interval number 2. So, yep, see, there you go. 10 seconds of rest, and it'll beep as well. So you'll know that's your resting period. 2, 1, and then this 1 will change to 2, and then you'll go until you hit 8 intervals, or however many you choose at that point. So that's kind of how the programs work. There's not a whole lot to the programs other than just pretty much does intervals and stuff, but then you can press stop and rest and those things to turn it off. But that's the monitor piece of it. So it does tell you your speed, watts, calories, distance, time, interval, and if you buy a heart rate, it will give you that as well. You'll just have to, that's just something that you have to add on yourself from there. Okay, so a couple things that may find a little wrong with the bike. One is the pedals. They don't have straps. So if you're used to putting straps on or something that keeps your foot more secure, these do not come with them. You might be able to add them on. I'm not totally sure on that. But the pedals don't come with straps, so your foot is not completely secure. For me, it hasn't been a problem. I've been able to do just fine with it. But that could be one thing. Also, the seat, if it's not too comfortable for you, you'll need to get some type of gel seat or something like that to add on as well. So those are two of the things that could be wrong with the bike. Also, if on the monitor, if you're wanting more features for it, that is all I know that it does for the bike. So it just does the interval training and things like that. There might be a couple more, but that's how much I know for this monitor piece. So those three things could be the issue for some people, but for me, I enjoy using the bike. It's simple to move around. It's something where you can go as hard as you want and also rest and do those things. Some of the other bikes, they tend to break once you go really hard. This one is not broken yet whenever you go as hard as you can. So if I were to get on, and then I'll start to go. So as you can see, you can go pretty hard on it, and it's a little loud, but if you're using this for your garage gym or some other type of gym and not really inside trying to be real quiet, this one does totally fine. So since it's a little loud, that could also be something kind of be a pitfall for it. But other than that, there's not really too much wrong with this. I haven't found anything else wrong with it, and it works really, really well. Like I said, I've been using it for a few months. I use it quite often, actually. So it's pretty durable. Nothing's broken. I know if something does break, the company usually sends a replacement or something like that. So you'll be fine with that as well, as long as it's under warranty. But for the most part, those are the different things, or the different features that it has. Also, just kind of what I think about it. I really like it. I've used a couple other bikes, so the ones in apartment gyms, so those spin bikes, and then also there's a Schwinn Airdyne bike that I've used, and that broke a lot. The belt on it kind of broke a couple times whenever you went really hard on it. So that's why I like this one. Most of it is made of steel, except for the seat. Also, the pedals are kind of more plastic, but everything else, and the monitor, everything else is pretty much made of steel. So you'll just have to keep up with oiling it and then making sure the bolts stay in. Those would be the two things that you have to, for maintenance-wise, you'll have to keep up with. But other than that, I really enjoy this. I think it's a really good bike. Those are just a couple of things that are wrong with it, but that's about it. So be sure to subscribe if you're new, and then I'll be doing other different videos on different product reviews as well. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to do a complete review over the Xebex Assault bike right here. So I've been using this for about a few months now, so I haven't been using it for too long. There hasn't been much wrong with it though. I haven't really found too many flaws with it, but I'll kind of go over a couple of them just in case. There's kind of personal preferences and those things. So let's look at just kind of the outside of it, and then I'll take you through the monitor and also the seat and those things. But from the outside, it has two handles that move back and forth. So you can be able to move them back and forth this way. It has pegs right here. So if you need to rest your feet at some point during a workout or anything like that, you can use the pegs right there. The pedals right there, and then there's seat, and then it also has wheels to